Okay, welcome back to another episode of Talk21. I'm David Vitti, your host, and Sam Genova.
Hello, everybody.
So our producer once in a while likes to do what we call rapid fire.
Yes, it seems to always
Stefano,
be.
what do you got for us?
All right, this is going to be a fun one. Guys, cryptocurrency.
Oh,
It's
God.
been asked, it's been said, it's been done. Will we start seeing Bitcoin into the real estate world?
No.
I have no idea. I mean, I'm not sure. Right now, we don't take cash. We basically
like-
it's got to be funds into our bank account of crypto. The banks accepting crypto, and I guess anything's possible. Like, I mean, it's gonna have to hit a bank account, a trust
What
account.
about PayPal? Do you think real estate will ever start to adopt PayPal?
Again, things are changing every day. Maybe it will. At the end of the day, if it could land into our trust account that is accepted by the financial institutions that we bank with to run our brokerages, if they're allowing it and it's a currency that's admissible.
Well, you know what? It's attached to your bank account, so it's the same as getting a certified check or.
But again-
PayPal I could see.
No, but our trust account has to receive the deposit.
Right.
So if TD Bank or BMO or whoever you bank with, if they're able to take PayPal and have it sit into the account, that's fine. Like, I mean, but if they're not taking those forms of deposits at the branch
Yeah.
at the bank level,
That's gonna be an issue.
I wouldn't be entertaining any of that stuff unless the bank's accepting them. Right now we're doing wire transfers. Now we're doing direct deposits into the account. We're doing e-transfers, but that's funds going straight into the account. So I haven't seen anything else, but we'll see.
And off we go, Sam. You're the next one. So we all know about VR. VR has been in games. There's the Oculus Rift. There's the PlayStation 5 now that's adopting VR, where we put on our goggles, right? Do you think real estate will ever adopt the VR system of, let's say, teleporting them into a home without being in a home, but they're, visually there?
Isn't that kind of like just doing going into a property and doing a video tour for them? Isn't that kind
Well,
of
no,
like
because once they put the VR on, they can actually turn their head and look at the actual house themselves.
But you have to be wearing it as well, walking
so-
through the house.
No, you just
No, you're there, but they're wearing the VR system.
so they're in their family room.
Yeah.
They put a VR headset
Yes.
on and
And you
But
can
you
tell them,
have-
look in the living room, and then they can turn
But
their
you-
head and look.
But you have to have it on.
No, you're just there. They're
are
getting
you
a live feed.
Is this
No,
guy,
no.
is this
No,
guy
hold on
under-
a second.
Is this guy been under a rock? No.
No, okay, they're getting the live feed, but where they're getting the live feed from? They gotta have something at the house.
No, so YouTube has already adopted that idea
okay.
of doing 360 VR videos live. So the technology is there. It's the question I have for you is, do you think that real estate will start to adopt this idea of having people not come into the home and wearing these systems
Buddy,
where they look around?
in this society, anything
Anything's
for people to stay home is possible. So I would say yes.
I think it'll happen.
That's ridiculous.
Technology is changing every day. I still
Well,
don't
get out and go look at the property.
still-
Never mind, stay in your bedroom.
I still
in your
don't think.
underwears.
I still don't think you'll understand. I think
That's society today. Nudge.
I don't think you'll see it. I don't think you still have to come and visit the house. You'll have to still tour the house, right?
So we know how Sam feels.
Yeah,
So
go for
Dave,
a walk.
Dave, the rise of eco-friendly homes. Do you think that sustainable living is going to start making more of a footprint in the real estate world?
Eco-friendly.
Yeah, eco-friendly. Like they're making a lot of the homes smaller. They're kind of more or less running off the grid. There's going to be a lot more of solar panels. Like, do you think that's going to be more of a hot topic?
I think more like rural.
I think.
I can see that happening.
I think everywhere. Like, I mean, some people are starting to reevaluate with everything being so expensive. They're starting to reevaluate. Do we need the square footage? Let's downsize and something that's a bit more affordable and have more disposable income because it's becoming tougher. Food costs are through the roof. Traveling is expensive.
Gas.
Everything's expensive. So yeah, I see it happening, and like there are ways to run a home more economically, and we're seeing these electric vehicles changing our lives. So I for sure I think it's going to happen. We're doing laneway houses now in the city for people to live in. New developments, they have carriage houses over garages. So people are looking for smaller spaces. I mean, it might definitely be a way of the future.
Sure.
And now, of course, the biggest question that we actually haven't talked about, we may make another episode of this. Guys, smart homes, the Ring doorbell, the cameras, the Alexa minis and the Alexas and the Google Nest and all that. Do you guys think it's good to have technology listening into our homes and running everything that we do within our home?
You know what? To be honest with you, I had Alexa, and I got rid of it. I don't use it anymore because it's just, I don't know, it's just too
It
much.
seems intrusive. I don't know. I mean, we have all the cameras. I have like security system where it's.
Do you have the Ring doorbell?
I have a
Yes.
Ring doorbell.
And what do you think?
I think it's great.
It's good. It's really good.
So, do you feel like now? What I'm trying to say is, do you like a smart home?
I like a smart home for the convenience. I like the fact that I can watch in as to what's going on at the house. Like nobody answers the door anymore. Like so when somebody knocks on the door, you can see who it is. It might be somebody soliciting some business. You know, with all this with all these thefts and home invasions,
Yeah.
I would put a camera up, and like if you're in the house, I would tell whoever's at the door it's not a good time, and they know not to break in. So I think there's good, but yeah, you're right about like the intel. Everybody's listening and hearing what we're saying. That is a concern, but we we have a phone in our hands every day. If they want to capture what we're saying and doing, they have this device that's in our face every day.
Exactly. Now, Sam, let's just say it one more time. It's been talked to about through like everybody's been talking about it. COVID-19. Do you think that we've now passed all the impacts of it, or is there still remnants of this ordeal?
I still think there's going to be remnants. I mean, I think everybody's over the locking themselves in their bedrooms, but I mean, it's still going around. It's still a virus. It's a flu like anything.
What
else.
about in the real estate market?
With regards to real estate, we have systems in place if somebody is like hypersensitive to the discussion and maybe compromised. So we will make sure we have the declarations for when we're showing properties that you abide by COVID rules.
Sure, we'll have the mask
Masking
on
and that. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's past us. It's a flu, but we definitely have to be mindful. People will be getting sick, and people may be really adversely affected by it. So
for sure, and
That's
we've
right.
we've kind
mindful.
of adapted it in our
Now-
everyday real estate.
Now we're gonna switch topics because this is rapid fire. And Dave, I'm gonna go straight to you. This term of luxury real estate, do you think that now it's not a commonly used term anymore because now $1 million 20 years ago was luxury.
Right.
Now it's nothing. It's a normal house.
Right.
Do you think this term luxury real estate no longer exists?
I mean, and if we're doing normal real estate deals in Toronto or suburbia, I don't think we should be calling
Where are we going to find these luxury?
luxury homes are like maybe 10 million plus, like 5 million plus. I don't know, but because anything between like 500,000 for an entry level condo to like $3 million, that's pretty much the average price for homes in the GTA. Like, I mean, a detached home in suburbia, 3,500 square feet, you're close to close to a couple of $1 million or more if it's in a good area.
Yeah.
In Toronto, like around the corner from our office here in the Junction, semis and rundown semis or in freehold, you're spending $2 million, or they're close to and that need a full gut. So at the end of the day,
Do you stay away from that term, luxury real estate, luxury homes? Because it's very subjective now. They really got to be a luxurious home in order to call it that.
I think it's subjective. I mean, the term luxury is luxury. Whatever, like big home is.
But what's luxury to you may not, you know what I mean? So it's all perception, I guess.
And then we have, of course, Sam, you're an activist on this. You say you love it. Staging, the art of staging. And my question to you is, what is the one thing that you personally say that you would like to see more of when it comes to staging? Dave, you can jump in if you want.
I think light is so important in a property. The natural light. I mean, unfortunately, some houses you can't change the natural light in it because it is what it is. But I mean, if you can add a lamp or obviously decluttering, making the space look bigger, I think these are all like super positive, effective ways of getting more money for your home.
I just think you need to do it. I mean, at the end of the day, if it doesn't show
Yeah.
well, market's a bit softer, and we want to make sure we showcase the house in the proper way.
So
And
it's a
now,
combination, I would say.
I have two more questions left, and the second to the last is, guys, home office spaces. Speaking of which, we don't have Dee on here,
No.
so she's not here to answer the phone.
There you go.
Dave, do we look at homes now when we sell it to people as, hey, you have an office space for your remote work? Because before we never used to say it.
Yeah.
Now we do. Do you actually adopt that?
Yeah, I mean now when we're showcasing homes, like everybody needs a home office now. I don't at least somebody's working from home at some point in this new way of running,
sure.
way of working. So we as realtors, we always had a home office, but now I'm finding like my wife works at home. She was in the office all the time, so she does go back to the office, but for the most part, she's working from home. So if you're not having at least one space designated for home office, you might be needing two these days. So if it's a conventional family with two partners.
Yeah.
And the very last question is, when it comes to children, we all have them. Do you feel like society right now is making it a lot more difficult for us to parent properly based on social media, based on the manipulation of criteria of school, of church, of stores, movies, everything? Do you feel like it's a lot more difficult now to connect with your children based on all of the other obstacles that they have?
They're on these devices as much as they can. So we need to make sure we limit the screen times and make sure they're occupied. I know my boys, if they're idle, they're watching a screen, whether it's a TV, an iPad, a phone, or playing a device like whether it's a gaming device. So yeah, we need to keep them busy, and so we need to make sure we surround them by positive people in good communities and in good schools, so that like when it comes down to real estate, make sure you're in the right spot where you want to be, and just really monitor their peers, like who they're dealing with and how they're doing in school and how they're interacting with family, making sure that they're respectful and then balancing it. I think like everything in life, it's a balance. We need to basically nurture ourselves by doing a bit of everything. So.
And Sam, obviously, I'm going to ask the same question to you because you're a dad of twins.
Yeah.
And so, how do you navigate the fact that it's a boy, girl within the same grade, but different friends? Like, how are you going to navigate this?
Well, so my kids are in JK, so they just started, so they're just building their, so I haven't seen it yet, but I mean, it's, well, you got to spend a lot of time with your kids, as much as you can, because you got to stay on top of them, and obviously you want to be a guidance for them and try to help them, teach
Right.
them what's right and wrong. And so I just believe you got to really spend a lot of times. Like I know growing up, my dad was always, running his own business, and he was always working. So I try to spend as much time as I can with my kids when they're really, really young. So we have that really strong bond going forward. I mean, I can't answer that question in regards to like different
Friends, nah.
but I mean, I don't choose one or the other. I try to keep everything
Of course.
50-50, right?
Of course.
You know the way it is.
Of course.
You're also a dad of twins.
So
and a boy or girl.
That's right. And the only 50-50 now I got to talk about is your 50% of telling everybody where you are and your 50% of telling everybody where they can find you. So if they can, and nudge this phone, Dave, it's a good thing. We're busy then.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's ringing.
We'll start with you, Sam. Looking right in your camera here. Tell everyone where they can find you.
You can find me at Sam Gentleman Real Estate on Instagram, and my partner Dave.
Yep. And you can find me at C21 Fine Living Realty
We have a podcast. What? Spotify, right?
on Spotify, YouTube.
One more thing, guys, before we leave. Talk 21. When we came up with that title, that name, why did you feel that was a good fit for this podcast? Dave, let's start only with Dave first.
We're just two guys here selling real estate, and we're talking about what we do and with the best franchise, Century 21. And we just put them together, Talk 21.
Yeah, I mean, we do it on a regular basis throughout our lives. Well, I've been with with a realtor for 14 years, been with Dave ever since, and we're really good friends, and our families we know each other, we're tight, and we talk about it anyway. So I mean, why not start a podcast?
And here we are.
And here we are until the next one.
See you on the next one.